Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. My name is Lay. I am a mother of two and we are a family of four on a financial journey of becoming completely debt-free, where we plan on paying off over $29,000 of debt and taking you guys step by step and payment by payment along the way. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and I really hope you enjoy this content and decide to stay. And if you guys are returning, thank you guys so much for your continued support as we navigate through this journey. In today's video, I'm going to be kind of talking a lot about, you guys, we are going 100% back to the cash envelope system. I've talked about this a lot of times where our family, we think we do really good doing the cash envelope user family, and we give ourselves this false narrative that we're able to do it without the cash system, and then we stop and go back to our debit cards and even sometimes even get riskier and use credit cards for the points, and then slowly find out that we're overspending, that we're spending too much, and our budget completely goes out the window. So we are going to go back to the cash envelope system. As you guys can see, I have a lot of cash envelopes. I am definitely guilty of being one of those individuals that like the fancy setup. However, you're going to see in 2023 moving forward, I'm definitely moving away from that, because you guys, cash envelope supplies and cash envelopes and the binders and the wallets, they're not cheap. So I'm definitely going on a no spend this year as far as envelopes, and just kind of going through and using what I already have, setting it up that way, and kind of talking us through on why we're using the cash envelope method. So this is kind of what I'm working with. So my sister actually ended up gifting me this little wallet planner. This is the Louis Vuitton PM Agenda, and she actually already had these cash envelopes because she used the cash envelope system as well. So she had miscellaneous, car maintenance, family day, takeout, and gas. And then these ones on the side are what I had purchased from M Designs. And this is coffee, eating out, household, gas, and groceries. My goal with the cash envelope system, and what I always get asked, is do you carry all of your cash envelopes with you at once when you were doing the system, or how did that work? And my best recommendation and the best thing I would say is, what are you comfortable with? Knowing that it is physical cash, and if you lose it, you're going to be out that amount. Are you comfortable carrying your 30 categories? Are you more comfortable only carrying 1 to 3? For me personally, these are things that I know on a day-to-day basis we would spend, and it would make sense for us to carry those. Now, it doesn't make sense for me to carry, for example, our sinking funds, which I'll go through in just a second. It wouldn't make sense for me to carry, like, for example, my Thanksgiving envelope in April, because it doesn't make sense, because I'm not going Thanksgiving shopping until November for the Thanksgiving dinner. So really trying to take a look at your envelopes, what you're comfortable with having. I know a lot of people like the cash envelope system because it gives them that sense of security. They're able to pull out their envelopes, count how much money they have, and just have that confidence and have those little motivational wins. It does something different when you're able to see physical cash versus a number in a bank account. So going back to setting up the binders, I have some A7s. I also have some of these personal size as well. Let me see if I can get something to prop it up. I also have my traveler's notebook, because, you guys, the spring's a busy season. As you guys know, my husband does coach. And so I am going to be a little bit extra busy as we navigate through the sporting season and just being there. So this is our personal size. So the difference between the sizes is that the A7, you're going to have to fold your money in some type of way. So whether that's half, or some people do like a 3/4 thing, and the personal size, you're able to lay the bill flat. What I'm thinking I'm going to end up doing is, I have these two cash envelope wallets. This is my Filofax, and this one is by Amazon. I can do a whole video if you guys want to compare the two as far as like quality and pricing and everything like that. So what I'm going to do, what what do I want to do? So one's a snap closure, one's a zip closure. I personally like zip closures better because sometimes when I'm in a rush, if I know I could just throw my receipt in there, my change in there, and then deal with it when I get home, that is great for me. This one is a snap closure, so you're able to fit a little bit more into it because it does give you some room, but it is just that snap closure. So if you don't have anything in there securely, then of course it may potentially fall out. So I think I'm actually going to go ahead and which one of these do I like more? I also got a bag. The bag that I'm using right now is like one of those mom bags, the convertible backpack into a shoulder bag. So I'm also thinking this may be too big to put into the pocket that I'm wanting to put it into. So I may have to go with the A7 for right now. I am also getting a Moterm, you guys. I absolutely love Moterms, but I'm waiting for their Hobonichi Weeks zip around planner to come out so I can just add my own rings into it. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So when you open the planner, this is what it looks like. It has 3 card slots. It has a back slot that I just have a receipt in, another back slot. But the things, you guys, is the rings are so tiny with this planner. That's why I really don't like it, because of how tiny the rings are. The Moterms, I believe, are 25 or 30 is the ring size. So we're just going to try to fit a few cash envelopes in here just to see how it looks. And then if we don't like how it looks, then we'll just go ahead and readjust it. So for the cash envelopes, because we are recently going through a pay decrease, we're just going to keep the ones that we need. And then that way we'll keep the other envelopes, of course, but we'll just keep them at home. That way it will kind of help us motivate and save money, because we're not going to have that envelope readily available to us. So we're really going to have to plan out our eating out category, how we want to eat out, our family fun. I've noticed when I have the funds available, I tend to give myself false hope with the funds we have available. And I'm like, oh, well, we'll just pull from this category to pay this category. So really only having what I need will be so helpful and beneficial to this. So I know I'm going to need groceries, gas, household, and well, first I should have done is I should have went through these 2 sets and should have decided what I wanted to keep out of the sets. Okay. I do like this set just a little bit more because I like it's giving spring, and that's what I want. So we have gas. I'm not going to have takeout. Family Day I'm going to have. Miscellaneous I'm going to have. Coffee. Household. Groceries. Okay. Even this, you guys, I think this might also be too much too. Let's see. And because they're not made by the same shop, it doesn't quite line up as well as I had anticipated. Yeah. Hope you guys can see what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can turn it. We can try. Okay, we could try. So my new cash envelope system for this upcoming spring is going to be this. So we have our groceries, household, coffee. Again, you guys, this coffee is just going to be those one-offs, like I mentioned. Because I've not been working extra hours lately, I don't feel that urge to go get a fresh cup of coffee. I don't feel that urge anymore. So I don't know if this envelope will be used, but it would be housed in our normal cash envelope system. Then we have, of course, gas, Family Day, and miscellaneous. So I think I am going to keep a miscellaneous category in my wallet, only because I know during the season, there's a lot of times where I pick up snacks for the kids, or especially as we go into spring and summer, my husband's family tends to have a lot of birthdays. And so I'm sure there's always things popping up and things that are happening. So just to be prepared. The one other thing that my sister also gave me were these Filofax pocket card holders. So it came with 3 and each of them hold 4. So if I did need any card holders, I could just, sorry, not if I need any card holders. If I needed extra cards, I could just pop those in there, and then that way I have more than the 3 card slots that it was previously providing me. Okay, so I'm gonna have that binder set up. That one's good to go. If you guys take a look in the comparison as far as size, it is so small compared to the personal size. So tiny. So what makes me nervous about the A7 size is that as you fill it up, the envelopes, of course, are going to get thicker because the bills will be folded. So I don't know if I'm going to keep in this little guy or if I'm going to have to find another system. That's the only thing that's making me nervous about this ring size, because without any cash in it, it's already pretty full. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to set up my A6 ones, because what I'm going to do is I think by Friday, I just want to have it available. That way, when we get paid, I could just move it into the actual envelopes. What's really nice about both of these is that they do have detachable rings. So you can flip them in here. If you have another system that you like, that's great. If you have a planner you want to keep in here instead, that's wonderful too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out these. Where did I just put them? Oh, it's in here. Okay. So these cash envelopes have gas, kids, family day, home, groceries, eating out, deposit, rollover, mom spending. So these are a lot of envelopes. So this is what I'm going to keep if I need to have all of these. Now, when I'm looking at these, of course, I'll have the deposit, but I probably won't keep the rollover in the wallet, only because when I have extra money, like I mentioned, I'm still working on that saying no to myself and knowing just because it's there doesn't mean it has to be spent. I did talk about how I turn savings into a gain. So I've also been really good about anytime we have extra funds, just transferring it into the savings account or for savings challenges, which I have not been the best on showing you guys on here. But I'm going to try to get a routine down as far as like sinking fund updates, savings updates. I know I've been pretty good with debt updates, but I think it's also important to show the other side of things and showing that it is possible to save while paying off debt. So that is going to be what my personal size planner looks like. I mean, my personal size cash envelope system. What I really like about this is by Savion by Amazon. I think when I purchased it, it was like $22. It has a ID slot here, a card slot if you have like a primary card that you do end up using. It has a 12 card slots here, a change pocket. It does have a elastic pin loop, which is really, really nice. And then it does have this, what do you call it? Elastic back pocket in here. So I do have that. I did also have a Dollar Tree envelope, but I'm just trying to keep what I need in these wallets because again, I'm trying to move away from having this feeling of I need 20 binders. I just need the basics. I just need what is going to help me get through the day, help get my finances in order, and have everything be as simplified as possible. So for this guy, if I decide on Friday that I want to be in an A6, the cash envelopes I will have is gas, kids, maybe 3-year-old, and I have a 1-year-old, family day, our home or household category, groceries, eating out, deposit. Rollover will eventually get removed, but before I mess up the sets or anything, I just want it in here. And then we'll have mom spending. And then our A7 planner, if we decide to use this, which I'm thinking I probably won't, you guys. These rings make me really nervous with how much they're already filled up without anything in them. But come Friday when we cash stuff, we'll kind of figure it out at that point. So we have groceries, household, coffee, gas, family day, miscellaneous, and then I just have these card pockets in the back. So that is going to be it for today's video of setting up my cash envelope system binders, talking through my categories, talking through why we decided to go back full system of cash, especially during the spring and summer. If you are a cash envelope user, family as well, or user just by yourself as well, please let me know in the comments your categories. How often do you switch out your binders? Do you switch out your categories often, or are they pretty set in stone? As always, if you guys are interested in following our family's debt payoff journey, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more content. If you guys are on a financial journey as well, please let me know in the comments because I'd love to support you and your channel. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.